What makes some stars so beloved that fans defend them endlessly, while others can't escape constant backlash? From Keanu Reeves's reputation as Hollywood's nicest guy, to the scandals that turned Ellen DeGeneres into one of the most criticized names in entertainment, here are some of the most loved and hated Hollywood stars. We start off with the most loved. Keanu Reeves. When people talk about the most loved actors in Hollywood, Keanu Reeves's name always comes up. His reputation isn't built on flashy headlines or scandal, but on the way he carries himself both on and off screen. Fans often share stories of him quietly helping strangers, giving up his seat on public transport, or treating film crews with the same respect he shows co-stars. Small gestures like these have turned into part of his legend, making him one of the most relatable stars in the business. His career reflects that same quiet persistence. After breakthrough roles in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure and Speed, he cemented himself as an action icon with The Matrix. Many actors would have coasted after such success, but Keanu found a second wave with John Wick, proving he could reinvent himself decades later. These weren't just hits. They reshaped entire genres and made him a favorite across different generations of fans. Off-camera, he's known for a lifestyle that's almost the opposite of Hollywood excess. Instead of chasing luxury, Keanu has been spotted riding his motorcycle around Los Angeles, spending time at independent bookstores, or quietly donating millions of dollars to hospitals and children's charities. He doesn't advertise these acts, which only makes people respect him more when they come to light. Morgan Freeman. Few actors carry the kind of presence that Morgan Freeman does. The moment he speaks, audiences know exactly who he is. That deep, calm voice has become so iconic that it's been used to narrate everything from Oscar-winning films to nature documentaries. Over the years, his narration has become a symbol of authority, wisdom, and comfort, which is why people often joke that he could make any topic sound profound. His journey to that status wasn't quick. He worked for decades before breaking into leading roles, often cast in smaller television parts or as a stage actor. His breakthrough came with Street Smart in 1987, earning him an Academy Award nomination, and soon after, he became one of the most dependable names in Hollywood. Roles in Driving, Miss Daisy, Glory, and Lean on Me established him as someone who could carry serious stories with dignity and depth. Then came The Shawshank Redemption in 1994, a film that cemented Freeman as one of the greatest screen actors of his generation. His performance as Red wasn't flashy, it was steady, heartfelt, and unforgettable. That same steadiness carried into roles in C7 Million Dollar Baby, which won him an Oscar, and Invictus, where he embodied Nelson Mandela with both grace and respect. Outside of film, Freeman is admired for his philanthropy and commitment to causes like education and disaster relief. He has supported programs in his home state of Mississippi and used his platform to bring attention to issues that matter. His reputation has remained consistent through the decades: professional, thoughtful, and reliable. Denzel Washington. When people talk about respect in Hollywood, Denzel Washington is always near the top. His career is built on a foundation of powerful performances and an unwavering sense of integrity. From early roles in Glory and Malcolm X to unforgettable turns in Training Day and Fences, he has shown time and again that he can command the screen like few others. Every role he takes feels purposeful, and that's part of what makes audiences value him so highly. Washington isn't just admired for his acting. He's also respected for the way he approaches his career choices. He has often spoken about turning down roles that didn't align with his values, or that he felt would not serve him well. That kind of discipline has kept his reputation strong across decades. While many stars go through phases of scandal or overexposure, Washington's path has been steady, marked by consistency and professionalism. Awards have followed, of course: multiple Oscars, Golden Globes, and countless nominations. But his reputation stretches beyond trophies. Colleagues often describe him as a leader on set, someone who sets the tone for the entire production. His transition into directing with films like Antwone Fisher and Fences only reinforced his role as a creative force in Hollywood. Off-screen, he is also known for philanthropy and community involvement. He has supported educational institutions, youth programs, and charities that make a real impact. Leonardo DiCaprio. He first caught attention in the early 1990s with roles in What's Eating Gilbert Grape and Romeo plus Juliet, where his performances proved he had the acting chops to stand out. Then came Titanic in 1997, which turned him into a worldwide phenomenon. Overnight, DiCaprio went from rising star to one of the most recognized faces on the planet. What makes him so admired, though, is the way he handled that fame. Instead of leaning on his heartthrob image, DiCaprio shifted toward challenging roles that earned him critical respect. Films like The Aviator, The Departed, Shutter Island, and Inception showed his ability to carry complex stories and work with top directors. Audiences and critics alike came to see him as one of the best actors of his generation, blending box office power with real artistry. His long wait for an Oscar became part of his public identity. Fans rooted for him year after year as nominations piled up, until he finally won Best Actor for The Revenant in 2016. That moment felt like recognition not just of one role, but of decades of excellence. His influence also extends beyond acting. He is one of Hollywood's most outspoken environmental activists, producing documentaries and using his platform to raise awareness about climate change. By combining talent, persistence, and purpose, Leonardo DiCaprio has managed to evolve from teen idol to respected icon. Robert Downey Jr. In the 1980s and 90s, he was widely seen as one of the most talented actors of his generation, delivering memorable performances in films like Chaplin, which earned him an Academy Award nomination. Yet his career was nearly destroyed by struggles with addiction and a series of legal troubles that kept him in and out of the headlines for all the wrong reasons. What makes him so loved today is how he turned that narrative around. After years of personal challenges, Downey rebuilt both his career and his reputation through discipline, resilience, and the support of those who believed in his talent. The defining moment came when Marvel cast him as Tony Stark in Iron Man in 2008. That role didn't just revive his career, it made him the face of one of the biggest film franchises in history. Fans instantly connected with his charisma, sharp wit, and ability to bring depth to a superhero character. Over the next decade, Downey carried the Marvel Cinematic Universe through the Avengers films and beyond, becoming a global icon. For many, his portrayal of Tony Stark symbolized his personal comeback, blending fiction and reality in a way that inspired millions. Beyond the screen, he has also been admired for his openness about recovery and his efforts to support initiatives in technology and environmental projects. His honesty about his past struggles, paired with the confidence he projects today, makes his journey feel authentic and relatable. Margot Robbie. She first gained international attention with her breakthrough role in The Wolf of Wall Street in 2013, holding her own alongside Leonardo DiCaprio in a film filled with larger-than-life performances. From that moment, Hollywood recognized her as more than just a newcomer. She had both the charisma and the talent to take on complex roles. Her range is one of the biggest reasons fans love her. In I, Tonya, Robbie transformed herself into Tonya Harding, delivering a performance that earned her an Academy Award nomination. Then she swung into comic book territory as Harley Quinn, where she became one of the most recognizable faces in the DC universe. More recently, she showed her ability to command the global stage with Barbie, a film that combined critical buzz with massive box office success. Each role she takes seems to expand her reputation as both versatile and fearless. She is also respected behind the camera. Through her production company, Lucky Chap Entertainment, she has championed projects led by women and fresh storytellers. This move has strengthened her reputation as someone shaping Hollywood's future, not just starring in it. Her professionalism and reputation on set add to her appeal. Colleagues often describe her as approachable, hardworking, and focused, qualities that help explain why she's trusted with such major projects. Audiences sense that same authenticity in her interviews and appearances, which makes her even more relatable despite her superstar status. In a short span, she has gone from breakout actress to global powerhouse. She embodies the energy of modern Hollywood, balancing artistry, commercial success, and influence in a way few others have managed. That's why she's widely celebrated as one of today's most loved stars. Sandra Bullock. Her rise began in the 1990s with breakout performances in Speed and While You Were Sleeping. Those films established her as someone with whom audiences instantly connected. Whether in action thrillers or romantic comedies, she had a natural warmth that made viewers root for her. That relatability became her trademark. Through hits like Miss Congeniality, The Proposal, and 2 Weeks' Notice, she earned the title of America's Sweetheart. Audiences saw her as approachable and genuine, someone who could bring both humor and heart to any role. At the same time, she proved her dramatic strength in films like Crash and The Blind Side. The latter performance earned her an Academy Award, showing her versatility extended far beyond comedy. Bullock's career longevity also adds to her appeal. While many stars fade after a peak period, she has continued to stay relevant, starring in projects that resonate with both younger and older fans. In Gravity, she carried a major studio film almost entirely on her own, earning critical acclaim and demonstrating her ability to thrive in any genre. Outside of acting, Bullock is admired for her philanthropy and grounded lifestyle. She has donated millions to disaster relief efforts, supported children's charities, and earned respect for quietly making a difference away from the spotlight. Fans also connect with her openness about personal challenges, which makes her feel authentic in an industry where that can be rare. Her blend of charm, talent, and resilience has kept her at the top of Hollywood's most loved list for decades. She's one of those rare stars who can headline a blockbuster or a heartfelt drama and still feel like someone the audience knows personally. And now to some of the most hated. Sean Diddy Combs. He built Bad Boy Records in the 1990s, helped launch artists like the Notorious B.I.G., and expanded his influence into fashion, television, and business. For years, he was celebrated as the ultimate self-made mogul, a man who shaped hip-hop culture and built an empire that reached far beyond music. That reputation has changed dramatically. In recent years, Combs has faced mounting legal troubles and serious accusations of abuse and misconduct. Allegations from women who worked with or dated him have dominated headlines, with lawsuits painting a much darker picture of his behavior behind closed doors. Federal investigations and public scrutiny have followed, overshadowing his once glittering image. These controversies strike hard because they clash so directly with the persona he built for decades. To the public, he was a flashy businessman who seemed untouchable, someone who lived at the top of the industry. Now, much of that influence is under question. Endorsements have dried up, events tied to his name have been canceled, and what was once an admired career path is now tangled in scandal. It's a reminder of how quickly public opinion can shift. The same fame and wealth that once lifted him now keep his troubles in the spotlight, making every new development headline news. While his legacy in music remains undeniable, his standing in the public eye has been severely damaged. Meghan Markle. Few celebrities have sparked as much debate in recent years as Meghan Markle. You see, Before stepping into the global spotlight, she was known for her role on the television series Suits, where her performance as Rachel Zane made her a familiar face in American households. Her life changed forever when she married Prince Harry in 2018, entering the British royal family in a wedding watched by millions around the world. That fairy tale image didn't last. Meghan and Harry's decision to step back from royal duties in 2020 created headlines across the globe. Supporters praised her for standing up against an institution she described as restrictive, while critics accused her of being disruptive and seeking attention. The couple's interviews, especially their sit-down with Oprah Winfrey, fueled even more division, with revelations about racism and family conflict shaking public opinion. In Hollywood, Meghan has worked to establish herself as a voice beyond acting. Through production deals, podcasts, and public speaking, she has tried to use her platform for causes like mental health awareness and women's rights. Yet even these efforts have often been met with mixed reactions. Some admire her for using her fame to highlight social issues, while others view her as out of touch or overly focused on personal publicity. The intense media coverage has made her one of the most polarizing figures of this era. Every statement, appearance, or project is met with both praise and backlash, creating an environment where she seems unable to escape criticism. Ellen DeGeneres. For years, Ellen was one of the most popular faces on television. The Ellen DeGeneres Show became a cultural staple, running for nearly 2 decades and winning dozens of awards. Viewers tuned in daily for celebrity interviews, viral games, and heartfelt giveaways. Her public image was built on a simple motto: be kind. That phrase became so closely tied to her brand that fans associated her with positivity and generosity. Behind the scenes, however, a very different story began to unfold. In 2020, multiple reports emerged from former staff members describing a toxic workplace environment. Allegations ranged from mistreatment by producers to claims of intimidation and fear on set. Although not all the accusations pointed directly at Ellen herself, her role as host and executive producer made her the face of the controversy. The fallout was swift. The public began questioning whether the "Be Kind" message matched the reality behind the cameras. Ratings for her show declined, sponsors pulled back, and her reputation took a sharp hit. When Ellen announced that the show would end in 2022, many saw it as the closing chapter of a career once defined by widespread admiration. What makes her situation stand out is how quickly public opinion shifted. She had gone from one of the most loved television personalities to a figure often used as an example of how image and reality can collide in Hollywood. While she has since returned to stand-up comedy and continues to have supporters, her name now carries a level of controversy that was unthinkable just a few years earlier. Rachel Zegler. She made her film debut in Steven Spielberg's West Side Story in 2021, earning critical praise and even a Golden Globe for her performance as Maria. Overnight, she became one of the youngest actresses in the industry to be recognized at that level, with studios lining up to cast her in major projects. For many, she seemed like the next big name to carry Hollywood into a new era. The turning point came with her casting as Snow White in Disney's upcoming live-action adaptation. Excitement quickly turned to controversy after interviews where Ziegler criticized aspects of the original 1937 film, particularly its themes of romance and the prince saving the princess. While her comments reflected a modern perspective, many fans of the classic story felt she was dismissive of the original, sparking intense online backlash. The situation only grew as her remarks were amplified across social media. Clips of her interviews went viral, often out of context, fueling debates that ranged from feminism in storytelling to respect for beloved classics. For a young actress still building her public image, the backlash was overwhelming. Some saw her as ungrateful for the opportunity, while others defended her for speaking honestly. On top of that, the film itself has faced delays and production issues, keeping the controversy in the spotlight. As a result, Rachel Zegler's reputation has been shaped as much by headlines as by her acting work. Kim Soo-hyun. He is one of South Korea's biggest acting exports, known internationally through hit dramas like Dream High, Moon Embracing the Sun, and My Love from the Star. His performances helped bring Korean television to global audiences during the rise of the K-wave, making him a household name not just in Asia, but around the world. With box office success in films and record-breaking ratings on television, he was long regarded as one of the most bankable actors of his generation. In recent years, however, his image has been shaken by controversy. Headlines began focusing less on his performances and more on his private life after rumors linked him romantically to actress Kim Se-ron. The situation escalated when her family suggested that their relationship may have started when she was still underage, sparking public outrage. While the details have been heavily debated and not all claims were proven, the damage to his reputation was immediate. Endorsement deals were suspended, brand partnerships disappeared, and producers hesitated to associate projects with his name. For an actor once seen as a clean-cut representative of Korea's entertainment industry, the shift in perception was dramatic. International fans who once celebrated him as part of the global spread of Korean culture were suddenly confronted with unsettling headlines. The controversy shows how fragile fame can be, especially in industries where image plays a central role. Kim Soo-hyun went from being a symbol of success in the Korean wave to someone whose career now carries the weight of scandal. Whether he manages to rebuild his reputation or remains marked by this period will depend on both public sentiment and his next steps. Gwyneth Paltrow. Interestingly, she won an Academy Award for her performance in Shakespeare in Love, and has starred in critically acclaimed films like The Royal Tenenbaums and Proof. For many years, she was celebrated as one of the most elegant and talented actresses of her generation. Her shift into entrepreneurship with her lifestyle brand, Goop, changed her image in ways that few expected. While the company attracted loyal fans, it also drew heavy criticism. Goop became known for selling luxury wellness products with eyebrow-raising claims, from jade eggs marketed for health benefits to high-priced detox treatments. Medical experts frequently challenged the science behind these items, and critics accused Paltrow of promoting pseudoscience. Beyond the products themselves, her public statements often fueled the controversy. Remarks about dieting, beauty standards, and her lifestyle choices have been labeled by some as out of touch, especially when contrasted with everyday experiences of her audience. This has given her a reputation for elitism, with people arguing she embodies the stereotype of Hollywood disconnected from reality. Still, she continues to be a polarizing figure rather than universally dismissed. Goop has grown into a multi-million-dollar business, and her supporters see her as someone redefining what celebrity influence can be. For them, she represents independence and creativity outside the traditional Hollywood path. The criticism, however, remains constant, and it often overshadows her acting achievements. To many, Gwyneth Paltrow symbolizes the divide between Hollywood glamour and real-world practicality. Her story shows how a career can evolve from celebrated actress to lightning rod for cultural debates, making her one of the industry's most controversial stars today. Loved or hated, every star we've talked about shows how quickly fame can shift in Hollywood. Now to you, 10 years from now, which of these names will still hold the same reputation? And who might completely flip from villain to hero in the public eye? Share your thoughts in the comments section below as you leave a like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell for more amazing videos like this one.